Today I had the displeasure of watching the new Marmaduke animated movie. I can't even remember what the fuck it was called. It might have just been Marmaduke. Um, Marmaduke 2022. Um, so before we watched the movie, me and my friend, he told me the Rotten Tomato score. Now, let me just, hold on. Stay right there. Normally, when I'm going to watch a movie, I look at the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes because I don't really trust the Rotten Tomatoes people who give the official score, the tomato meter. They're the same people that gave like 4 seasons of Big Mouth 100s. I don't like that. That fucking sucks. So, I saw it was a 0, right? Now, when they give out zeros, sometimes they're wrong. They'll give out low scores to good movies. But I don't think they ever give out zeros that often. But the audience score is 30%. So I was like, okay, this movie's going to be dog shit. It's going to be terrible. I don't think I could disagree with the audience score more. A 0 is completely justified. This movie is so fucking dog shit. It is terrible. It is awful. It is the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. It is so bad. You know, some movies are like funny bad, super bad. They're like kind of funny, right? This movie's not that. This movie's just terrible. It's awful. Animation is terrible. Lip syncing is terrible. Character design's okay. Sometimes. Some of the characters look pretty good. Marmaduke looks like shit. He moves like shit. He'll fall through the air and he'll look like a fucking, look like noodles. Spaghetti noodles. He'll look like fucking pasta. It's scary. Pete Davidson plays Marmaduke. I think this should be the last role Pete Davidson plays as a dog. He should never play a dog again. I don't know who made the script. I don't know if it was the filmmaker's fault or Pete Davidson's fault. Because he didn't, voice Marmaduke that bad. Because it's a fucking dog. He just had to talk in his Pete Davidson voice. But, oh my god, the movie's so terrible. J.K. Simmons was in it. He's J.K. Simmons. I like J.K. Simmons. He plays the antagonist dog, which is just he's just a mean dog. That's it. But this movie drags on forever. But it drags on forever, but it feels like we were halfway through the movie. It felt like they were about to resolve the entire problem of the movie, finish it in the next 10 minutes. But we had 30 minutes left. I don't even know what the fuck happened in that movie, honestly. I know what happened, but just so much random shit happened to make it last 2 minutes longer, I guess. I don't know. The main dog just sucks. He's a villain, but he's a shitty villain because he's just a dick. That's his whole guy. He's just I'm a mean dog. I gotta win this dog pageant. This dog show. The only reason Marmaduke's in the dog show is because in the beginning scene he fell in a pool and made a fucking tsunami amount of water out of this fucking backyard pool. Killed 3 people at the party. And they were like, wow, that's a bad dog. And this guy trained him. And he taught him the force. There's a scene where Marmaduke uses his disembodied paw, ghost paw, to beat the shit out of a dog. I don't know how he did it. I couldn't tell you. The whole movie, it's really hard to tell if Marmaduke can or cannot talk. He talks, but it's hard to know if they understand him, because it seems like they all understand him, but then there's also times where they just don't understand him, so I'm conflicted. I have no idea. I can't tell. There's one part in this movie. It's the first dog show. It hasn't started yet, but the Zeus dog, that's who J.K. Simmons voices. He's let me show you something. Look at all this food. Marmaduke, he loves food. Right, so he eats all the food, and he gets a really big fat belly. He inflates. So, I guess there's an upside for a certain amount of people watching this movie. Pyrocynical fans, maybe. He gets all big and fat, and then he farts it out, and it goes away, and then it comes back, and he's like, oh no, I have to go to the bathroom. But he doesn't make it to the bathroom thing they have. It's a fire hydrant. It's funny. It's like a dog piss shit bed. So he shits in the cup, right, the trophy, and he does like one big fart cloud. Now it could have just been a fart, but they used like real shit sounds, like liquid diarrhea shit. It was funny, but it was awful. It was terrible. He killed like 2 people. It was so bad. One dog lifts up like an entire building. He's like a strong dog, and he still loses the dog show to like Marmaduke because he's like really cool, I guess. They have like one joke that's kind of funny in the entire movie. I kind of chuckled at, like intentionally it was a joke, but it's more of just like it's kind of a funny joke, but it's not for this movie. It does not belong in this movie. A joke like that's sort of funny, shouldn't be in a movie this terrible. They had a long bill. It was after he shit in the trophy cup. And they got a long bill of money. And it was so huge, they did like a Star Wars thing where they scrolled through it and it was like yellow text. And they did like fake parody Star Wars music. And it was kind of funny for a second. But I remember what movie I was watching. I was like, why would a joke like that be put in a movie this bad? That's like a decent joke. They couldn't come up with that. No way. For some reason, every photo in the dad's fucking house is like just of Marmaduke or has Marmaduke in it. There's not a single photo that doesn't include Marmaduke in some way. This guy has more photos of his dog than he does his children or his wife. All the characters, most of them at least, are either skinny as shit or fucking fat as hell. Gymongous. Huge round. I give this movie fucking half a lizard's tail. A green lizard's tail. Not a half a lizard's tail. It's just a lizard's tail. That's half a point. I wouldn't give it a quarter of a point. It doesn't. I'd give it a green gecko's tail because of the one joke, and there was some parts where I could like kind of laugh, but not because it was like kind of funny, but it was more just like the movie being stupid and dog shit. Was it enjoyable? Not really, but you know, I watched it.